Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about 32-year-old Nicole Coates and 31-year-old Maleesa Mooney. They were both models and they were both recently found dead in their Los Angeles apartments. So I looked up on the internet where each of their apartments were, and they're in downtown LA, and they're just like 5 or 6 blocks from each other. They were found days apart. So Nikki is what she goes by. She was found on September 10th, and Maleesa was found on September 12th. And it says their apartments are less than 3 miles away, but they're also like just blocks away. So Nikki is the first one that was found dead. And another thing they have in common is they're both models. So they said, the family said they started worrying about Nikki when she abruptly stopped responding to texts. So her father and her aunt went to check on her in her luxury apartment complex. The dad used a spare key that he had, and he described his worst nightmare as what he saw. He said he went to her bed, touched her arm because it was extended out, and that she had a cover over her. He touched her arm, but her body was swollen. He looked at her face and immediately had to turn away because he knew she had passed away. She had large bruises on her forehead, and her lower lip looked busted. Her face was so bruised and swollen. The only way they were able to identify her was by her tattoos. He said he couldn't recognize her, and he believed it was murder. He said one of her legs was up in the air in a kicking position. And he doesn't think that's normal for somebody who just died in bed. The cause of death is pending right now, and the police are looking into Nikki's murder. Now, Maleesa Mooney was also a model. She was found dead inside her downtown apartment. At first, officers were told there was a missing person, so they went to check her home on the 200 block of South Figueroa Street in the Bunker Hill neighborhood to do a welfare check on Maleesa. And it was shortly before 4 p.m. they found her body. She had just moved to this apartment a month ago. They said the investigation indicated that Mooney had been killed inside her apartment. How Mooney was killed remains unknown, and they're still doing the autopsy. They became concerned, her family, when they couldn't reach Mooney. And suddenly their iPhone messages and text conversations with Mooney changed from blue to green. So from what I remember, that means that when you block somebody, they have their messages go to green, because if one iPhone texts another iPhone, the messages are blue. But if a message is from an Android, it's green. So apparently it was blue with her, but then it turned green. So it means when somebody blocks you, your messages turn green. So they said whoever did this stole her belongings, because They're trying to sell her iPhone and her MacBook because her iCloud had an alert like she was on her iPhone or her MacBook, but she's passed away, so that can't be her. They said she was kind, genuine, and loving, and they say it's sick and demented. So residents living in her high-rise have been raising the alarm for weeks about a rash of suspicious incidents in and around the building. So they're still working on these cases. To me, I feel like it's a serial killer possibly who has a type, because these ladies are both beautiful models about the same age. And I wonder, could it be they're on Tinder or some kind of dating app? And there's a guy that is dating these women and killing them. And maybe we're only hearing about these two because they were so close together as far as where they lived. And there were similarities that they were models, but maybe there are other women in this age group that are deceased, but the family hasn't figured it out yet that it's all connected to these two women. But I just want to bring awareness in case you live downtown LA. You might want to watch out. It sounds like there's a serial killer on the loose in downtown Los Angeles. So I'll see you all in the next one.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away.